Happy Thursday, it's Pastor Brian. Thanks so much for joining me for this Thursday thought. My wife's favorite Bible verse is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, which I know is a favorite verse, or at least a go-to verse for many people. And what it says is, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Or some versions say, make your path straight. Now, why do I tell you that? Well, I am actually leaving today to go and see some college buddies and spend a few days with them in Branson. And when I was in college, there is an event or something that happened that they always give me a hard time about. In fact, I was just talking to one of them the other day, and they brought this up. They will never let me live it down, and to be honest, they probably shouldn't. So what happened was, I was playing on an intramural basketball team with a few friends of mine, and we had, I think, a game that night. The other part of this story is there was a girl during college that her and I dated over several years on and off. And honestly, she was probably a lot wiser than I am. She knew that this wasn't the relationship that God had for us, or at least she had a feeling about that, and I just couldn't let it go. I was a bit stuck in that place and on her, and I'm not going to say I wasted a lot of time on that relationship, because I learned a lot from it, but God had something better for the both of us, and I just wasn't willing to trust him and wait for that. And so it made me think of Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will make your paths straight. I wasn't trusting him. I wasn't acknowledging him. I was leaning on my own understanding, what my heart wanted. And you know, that whole phrase about follow your heart is ridiculous, because we learn from scripture that above all, the heart is deceptive. My heart was leading me down the path that God didn't have for me. He had something far better, and for me and for this girl. So all that to say, listen, there may be something today that you're stuck in or stuck on, or someone that you're stuck on, and you want it so bad, and it just doesn't seem to work out. And here's the thing, it may not be working out because it's not what God has for you, because he has something far better. Oh, did I tell you the story? The story was, we were in a particular time where me and this girl were broken up, and we were in a specific class together. It was music class. It was choir. And after choir practice one evening, we were sitting in the parking lot, her and I, and we were talking, and I was trying to convince her of why we should get back together. It's kind of creepy and really pathetic at this point, looking back. But my two buddies, who I had asked to hold me accountable to not get back with this girl, came up to hold me accountable and to say, hey, we got to go. It's time for the basketball game. And they drove up, parked beside us, and was trying to get my attention, and I would not look at them. I knew they were there, but I knew what they were going to say, and I didn't want to hear it. Then they knocked on the glass, and I still wouldn't look at them. And finally, after they wouldn't leave, I turned around and went, away, go away. And they left, and I set myself up for yet another heartbreak, because God was trying to use them to get me back on the path that he had for me that was far better than the path I was trying to make for myself. So anyway, all that to say, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean on your own understanding. Acknowledge him when things aren't working, when you just can't make it happen. Perhaps that's not his way. Let him direct your paths, and I promise you, you'll get to a place far better than you would have gotten if you just followed your own heart. All right, that's it. Have a blessed day and a great weekend.